Hey, this is my third attempt at starting this video. I just feel like the words are not coming out right and I'm just rambling and I really want to stop rambling. I'd love it if my videos were not a half hour long. Thank you guys for watching my half hour long videos, but I don't want to be that person. Um, so Today's been a crazy day, roller coaster of a day. It started out this morning. I had my WW, not Weight Watchers, my WW workshop. I was up a tiny little bit on the scale, and it's a little discouraging because I know that I've made some poor choices. Let's backtrack to Wednesday when I drank an entire bottle of wine. But I've made some bad food choices, but for the most part, I make good choices. In the past few weeks, the past couple months have been really hard for me. I've been on the struggle bus with Weight Watchers, and so it's been kind of discouraging. I know a lot of it has to do with the fact that financially, we're in a super tight spot right now, and I can't really afford to go to the store and just bulk up on the things that I would like to have, and that I can't really make some of the things that I would prefer to be making. That it's just kind of, what do I have in the house? That's what I'm going to be making. So I was really frustrated when I weighed in this morning. Then I found out I thought I was getting paid today, but I did not get paid today. So I was up on the scale. I found out that I didn't get paid today and I'm not going to get paid for 2 more weeks. Then I found out that some registration issues went on with my doctoral maintenance credit stuff with my schooling. So that puts back my financial aid refund. So it was just a day of, I feel like I look like I'm naked if you can't see that I have clothes on. The day started out really, really, really stressful. I cried a tiny little bit, little tiny tears, not like full out crying. But I cried a little bit because I'm not getting paid now until the end of the month, which I have $48 in the bank, and I'm just so stressed out about that. I don't even want to talk about that. We're not talking about money. That's not what I'm here to do. But after that, my plan for today was to drive up to my parents' house. It's about an hour away, and leave the kiddo with my mom so I could go do some dissertation work, because I wasn't able to do dissertation work this week like I wanted to, because I wasn't feeling well and I ended up sleeping more than working. And those are things we have to take into account for. Yeah, it's my goal to write at least 5 pages every week. But if I'm not feeling well, I have to take care of myself. Otherwise, I'm going to write garbage. So, the week for the most part wasn't a great week. I had some bad days at the start of the week, and I haven't been easing into this semester. This semester has hit me like a ton of bricks. So I wanted to get some good work done. Today was like, I'm going to, bunker down and I'm going to do some work. And I did. You guys, today was so well. I didn't write anything new per se. I had a paper I wrote for a directed study a few years ago that is on the same topic and uses a lot of the same information in the same text that I'm talking about in this chapter. So what I did today was I took this essay that I wrote a couple years ago, and I pulled out the pieces that I thought I could use, and I restructured and reorganized and added them into my draft for chapter 2, and did what I had to make it all flow and make it sound good. And I communicated with my advisor. So as of today, my chapter 2 is at 15 pages. You guys, that's incredible. That's again, it took me a year to write chapter 1. Granted, I got a lot of it written all at once, and there were a lot of revisions and a lot of revisions. But now that I know the information that my advisor is going to want to see, now that I know how to better structure things, what I need to be doing, and how to kind of keep things flowing, I'm really, really feeling on fire about this. So while I was at Starbucks and I was working on this, I stopped and I took a break when I saw that one of my friends posted a video on her Facebook. She does videos. She's amazing. Her name's Morgan Danielle, and I love her. She is my spirit animal. I just think that she's fantastic, and I love the way that she approaches life. And she's talented, she's beautiful. I love the way she approaches life, and she inspires me a lot. And I've said before in the past with my videos that it seems like somehow the universe, and I've never in my life experienced the universe speaking to me. That's new. The universe doesn't talk to me, but this year, the universe is speaking to me. Wednesday, when I felt like I needed self-care, I saw the video that Dina Danielle posted about having a staycation and loving yourself and taking care of yourself. And I did that. It was what I needed. And I felt hungover the next day. But I felt great while I was doing it. So today I'm on fire, and I was talking with a friend of mine about my dissertation and about my goals, and kind of still thinking that they were lofty and that I was being a little bit unrealistic. And then I saw Morgan Danielle's video. And Morgan today was talking about, being the best version of herself in 2019, and where does she see herself? Where does she want to be at the end of the year? And then focusing on what she needs to do to achieve that goal, to be where she wants to be at the end of 2019. And she said a few things that really stood out to me. One was that it's okay to still be you, but different. And I'm not going to go into it the way that she did. I'm not going to really kind of super get into that. But it reminded me when my ex and I broke up. I dated one person throughout my entire 20s, pretty much. From the time I was 18 until 27. I think 20. I turned 27 that year, yeah. So I was with someone during the same person during this time in my life when normally people are out experiencing things, they're growing, they're developing, they're learning about themselves, they're experiencing life. I was not out there doing that. I was with somebody who I was letting define me, who I was letting their beliefs, their worldview, their opinions become my opinions, because they were smart. My ex, he is a very smart guy. He's brilliant. He's a very, 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 very smart guy. I no longer agree with a lot of the things that he feels and believes in, but there's a reason why we're not together anymore, okay? Long story. But anyways, after he and I broke up, a lot of my friends who had only known me while I was with him said, Felicia, you kind of seem like you're all over the place. Like 1 minute, I've mentioned before, I have family down in Kentucky. So sometimes I feel like really connected to my country roots, my like down home, hoedown, honky tonk roots. But I also love, big city kind of atmosphere sometimes, and sometimes that's the kind of mood that I'm in. And I really cling to that side of me. And then other times I cling to the academic side of me. And, there are different Felicias. Felicia is not just someone that I can define easily and say I fit one particular mold. I am Felicia, the put me in a cabin in the woods away from other human beings for the rest of my life and let me be self-sufficient, and I'm thrilled. I love being around people. I'm not going to get, there's so many sides of me. Okay? I'm like a Rubik's cube that someone mixed up real bad and will never be put back together. Um so she was talking about how you don't need to ignore or let go of parts of you, just change and be a better version of yourself. Um, and I was like, yeah, I feel that way. I'm Felicia the mom, Felicia the scholar, Felicia the teacher, Felicia the wife, Felicia the friend, Felicia the individual who sometimes gets to be Felicia the individual, whatever individual I'm feeling that day. So that really stood out to me. And then the idea of thinking about, where do I want to be at the end of the year? What do I want to accomplish? What goals do I want to set? And then how am I going to get there? And this is the same thing I tell my students on the first day of class about the semester and the course. It's not just enough to have a goal, to know what you want. It's not just enough for me to say that by the end of 2019, I want to be majority completed with my dissertation and ready to start focusing on revisions and edits so that I can defend in April of 2020. It's not just enough to say, yes, I will have my dissertation done by the end of the year. I need to plot out and think about, what are the actual individual steps? What are the tiny little things I need to do every single day to make sure that I am where I want to be at the end of 2019? And so I thought about it. Okay, well, what can I say? And I'm not in a position right now to, write things down or seriously plot out, because I like to have a to-do list. I like to have things plotted out and organized, but not so much. Not like super structured. I don't know why. Maybe it's a commitment thing. I don't know. But I was like, okay, well, I'm already 15 pages into chapter 2. Chapter 2 is going pretty well. I know I have a ton of research left to do. I know that I have to write about things that I've never read before. So I have a lot that I need to do. And this is the easy part. These pages are the easy part. So I thought, well, there's no reason why I can't realistically have a full draft. And I hesitate to use the word complete or a finished draft because, again, just because my advisor says, all right, check mark, move on to chapter 3, doesn't mean chapter 2 is done. It means that for now, chapter 2 is done. We're going to set it aside. I'm not 100% done with chapter 1, but I've moved on. Once the entire document is mostly done, I can go back and make things fit and work and be better. So, I was like, okay, I can reasonably say that by the beginning or middle of March, I can be ready to take chapter 2, put it off to the side, and begin chapter 3. That's doable. And then there's no reason why I can't be done with chapter 3 and ready to move on to chapter 4 by the end of the summer. So starting in September, there's no reason why I can't be working on chapter 4. And then if I finish chapter 4 midway through the fall, beginning into the end of the year, then that gives me from, say, December until March again to write a quick intro, write a quick, prologue and epilogue, or preface and endfis. What do you call the ending thing? Conclusion, but it's not going to be a conclusion. A looking forward type ending piece, and polish the document off so that I can defend it at the end of April, beginning of May of 2020. That seems reasonable to me. It's not too structured. It's not super rigid. There are no actual deadlines and dates because that freaks me out. I feel overwhelmed. If you tell me you have to have a draft of this chapter done on this day, then I'm going to panic, and I don't want to do that. So I want to set myself structure and goals, but I want it to be flexible enough where if I have a week where I need a mental health week, that it's okay. I don't want to make myself feel too pressured. So I was feeling really good about that. I still am feeling super good about that. I'm still like riding this high of I had a really good dissertation day. Even though I didn't write anything new, I still feel that I had a good dissertation day. And I'm really self-conscious right now about the fact that it pretty much looks like I'm naked. So I'm going to put my hair kind of up so that I don't look kind of naked anymore. I still kind of do. I'm not. The other thing for 2019 is I mentioned before there will be 2 full-time teaching opportunities opening up at the institution where I teach. The place that I teach that I've been teaching at the longest. So I have a lot of seniority there, a lot of experience, and I have good relationships with the department and the people in the department. So I'm just going to put it out there. I am going to get a full-time teaching position at this institution. The position would begin, as far as I know, in the fall of 2019, which means the end of August, beginning of September. And so I'm also thinking about what are the steps that I need to take? What do I need to do so that I get that position, one of those positions? And I've already learned it's not about what I'm wearing. It has already become very clear to me in the first week of the semester that what I'm wearing doesn't matter. That it is the relationship that I foster with the people in the department. And so for me, it's going to be engaging with the full-time faculty some more, making sure that I'm visible, that people know who I am. I know that my students, for the most part, my students love me, and I know that I have a good reputation there. So it's just going to be building off of that, being visible, being friendly, and showing them that I have what it takes to be a member of the department. So that's the goal. End of 2019, going into 2020, I will be preparing to defend my dissertation. I will be a full-time faculty member, and who knows where else 2019 is going to take me. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to overburden myself with thinking about other things. I would like to think about becoming a homeowner. But I know that for me and the things that I need to do in order to even start thinking about being a homeowner would require like a full-time effort. And I already have 2 very important things to worry about. That is not one of them. So I want to be a homeowner, but if that takes longer, it's okay. So that's my today. According to this, it's been 20 minutes. I still talk far too long. But that's really all that I want to say today is that I am going to have my dissertation done and ready to revise by the end of the year. And I am going to become a professor. I'm going to get a full-time teaching job at the institution where I currently teach that I'm not going to name, but I'm going to be a full-time faculty member there. So thank you guys for all of your support, and I'm so looking forward to talking a little bit each day about what steps I have taken to reach those goals. I can't promise that every day I'm going to talk about that. I can't even promise that I'm going to make a video every day, but I can promise that I am going to make 2019 my year. that there is nothing stopping me from finishing my dissertation and getting this job. And I'm going to do it. And you guys are going to be here with me for the whole ride. So I hope you're ready. I'm super excited, and have a wonderful weekend. All right. I'm having a family day tomorrow with my hubby and my kid. I might not even upload tomorrow. Okay. So don't stress. Not going to stress, but I am going to work on my dissertation tomorrow. All right. I will catch you guys later. And next time I will not look naked. I promise. Mwah.